Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. The Mac is back.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles.
No, not that sort of Mac. No, not that Mac.
Introducing Macintosh.
No, not that. No.
Next up, the Rain Mac.
Oh, for crying out loud. Ah, now we're cooking.
Come on, let's get this money, baby. Now!
This is another Airsoft MAC production.
Oh yes, another Mac for the collection. But before I continue, clearly these are not all Macs, okay? However, what is it with little guns with straight mags? Why are they always so angry? There's nothing elegant about any of these angry little things. And none come more angrier than this. If you remember the video I did on this metal, very heavy, the rate of fire that the rate that the BBs come out of this thing is insane. Look! It read it! It read it! 36 rounds per second. Absolutely insane. CO2, well, metal, heavy. The fastest rate of fire than any of these bad boys. Now, again, they're not all Macs, okay? But they're all these little angry little... Anyway. Right, let's get to it. So it dawned on me the other day that I very rarely feature anything from HFC, and I thought to myself, do you know what? Let's change that. At least one or two. In fact, I tend to only do cheap little accessories from HFC. So what do we get in the box? Nice little package. You've got an instruction manual, and do you know what tickles me about this? Is what HFC stands for. Honor, Fantastic, Classic. So, we get a little baggie of BBs, a 42 round gas magazine, and boy, this packs some weight. Nice. A little tool so you can load the mag with BBs. And there's an Allen key. The infamous can. And now for the star of the show. And surprisingly, it packs a little weight. Now, if you're wondering why I left that bad boy there, well, it's just to show you the size difference between the Mac 11 and the Mac 10. Nice. 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 And there we have it. So on the rear, you have your mag release. Quick look at the mag. Full metal, and I would say this bad boy makes up the majority of the weight of this Mac 11. But yeah, decent. So right there you can see how the gas is purged from the magazine. And of course at the top where you feed your BBs. And there you have your spring and mag follower, so you can pull that right down and lock it into place when loading up your BBs. But before I do that, I've got to fill it up with gas. So I'm going to put green gas in this bad boy. Unlike my other Mac 11, which is full metal, by well, that takes CO2 with an insane rate of fire. We're going to see what this bad boy does by HFC. Now, you could put that little feeding tool on the mag to get the BBs in, make sure the follower has been pulled down. Or, believe it or not, you can just use a speed loader. Nice. So this is what it looks like when this bad boy is in the open bolt position. And down there in front of the trigger, but to the right side, it's your safety switch. Safe or fire. And there it is from that angle. Let's just get that bad boy on safe. Look at that angry little thing. Anyway, on this side you have your fire select switch, so when it's on F, it's on full auto, baby, semi-auto. And of course right there you've got your charging handle. And remember earlier on I showed you a little Allen key that came with the package? You would use that to adjust the hop up. Yes, this little bad boy, hold on. Gotta make sure the bolt is in the closed position, because if you look right there, that's where you adjust your hop up. Look really close. There. And then of course you've got your famous skeleton stock, and to extend it you just give it a little squeeze right there. And then underneath there's your button. Give it a press to unlock. Decent. And there's your rear sight and your front sight. But to be fair, who needs a front and rear sight on a Mac 11 or 10? And then of course there you've got that infamous loop for a strap. And you know what, with the stock extended, it's amazing how long it becomes. But anyway, very quickly, construction wise, the stock, full metal, but it's a mixture of two. So from there to there, alloy. At the back, steel. Your bolt handle, metal. Your sling loop there, metal. Your pins are metal, but they are all steel. Your mag release, metal. Your safety switch, metal. Your fire selector, metal. And your little button to release the stock, metal. Oh, and by the way, check this. Nice. Now, just in case you're thinking, are those actually magnets? Of course they are. They're not sticky little metal blocks. I'll just prove it. Let me try and put one on. There. Nothing. Let me try and put one on the grip. Nothing. Let me remove one from the side and try it on the trigger guard. Nothing. So yeah, it's not as polymer as you may think. There are numerous metal parts and of course some metal internal parts. If you think I'm going to be using magnets for every single video that I do when I'm showing metal and plastic, think again. No.
Airsoft Mike! Let the pellets fly! Airsoft Mike!
Okay. Bolt open. And that's what it looks like when the bolt is open and it's ready to rock. I've got my iPro on. Nice, very snappy. Oh, come on. You know what I want to do now, don't you? Let's not mess about. What it was built for. I don't like the way that over travels, that right there. Look, it swings all the way around. But anyway, full auto. Now the mag hasn't finished. I just want to show it to you from this side. Now I've got to say, from what I just saw and heard, it's got a pretty decent rate of fire. I don't think it's going to be anywhere as near as my Well CO2 Mac 11, but we'll see. Put it on safe. I'm not going to put any more gas in there because I really want to see how quickly it does run out. So it's done a full mag already. I'm going to fill it back up with BBs and then hit the chrono. Okay, mag fully loaded again. I have not put any more gas in there. If anything, I've allowed it to just climatize a bit so it's not too cold. And look, bolt open. Remember that. Okay. Not bad. Let's try full auto. Now remember, my well one, which breaks the record at the moment, that's how much it did on full auto. Will this match or come close? Nowhere near, but still a respectable 18 rounds per second. So precisely it says 18.2. Now I wonder what it does without you know what at the end. Single. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. And just in case you're wondering, that's what it looks like at the front. Metal barrel. Now, I still haven't refilled it with gas. It's still the same gas that I put in at the beginning, and there's still BBs. Let's empty it. And we are out. Nice. And it still hasn't finished with the gas. Do you know what? I've put about 84 rounds through this bad boy and the gas still hasn't finished. So what I'm going to do, by the way, again, the bolt is open. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick accuracy test. And if the gas still hasn't finished, I'll come back and empty the mag on camera. Do you know what? I'm pretty impressed, considering what it is. Decent groupings, but it just looked like it just wanted to flank the bullseye as opposed to get right in it. There could be an argument to say that one there, get closer, that is right on the border. Now it could be a case of it hit just outside and tore in to the outer perimeter of that bullseye. So I don't know if it deserves a perfect or not. But you know what? Go on then!
Perfect. Perfect.
And you know what? This bad boy still hasn't run out of gas. That is pretty decent. Right, let's see if it will run out now. Oh, there it is. It got really weak, and there, you see? It's still got some BBs in there. Let's see how many though. Actually, let's make sure the bolt is properly open. I reckon, on a good day, you're probably gonna get a full 3 mags worth of BBs out of this bad boy. It would be rude not to empty the mag. Okay. This is so satisfying. But that's pretty decent, almost 3 mags worth before you have to fill it up with gas again. Nice, and the FPS, pretty decent for CQB. Now, for longevity, I've got to look about now to see if there are any upgradable parts. Thanks for watching. Right, so if you're still watching, you're getting the director's cut. I am very fascinated with magnets. I don't know why, as big as I am, magnets, look at that one almost did it. Magnets fascinate the hell out of me. Again, I don't know why, but they just do. Look at that.